Welcome to Political Arena here on S24 television. Nigeria has one of the youngest population in the world, and young people are becoming active in politics, leadership, and nation building. Many believe that the future of the country depends on how well the citizen and young people prepare themselves and how well they participate in governance. Today on Political Arena, we will discuss the role of young leaders and how can they ensure and shape the Nigerian narrative ahead of 2027, the challenges they face, and what are the possible opportunities for them. Our guest this afternoon is Engineer Idris Bilal Bala, convener of May Youth Hub, who has been working with young people across Nigeria through leadership, government, and empowerment. Engineer Bilal, welcome to Political Arena here on S24 television.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
And it's a pleasure having you in the studio.
Same here.
So, Engineer, if I may ask, please can you introduce yourself and tell us about May Youth Hub in a nutshell, please?
Okay. My name is Engineer Idris Bilal Bala, and I'm the convener and founder of May Youth Hub. So the grassroots mobilizer for independent youth of Nigeria. I'm a youth development practitioner, also a leadership advocate, working tirelessly on the quest for the birth of our great nation.
Thank you, Bilal. Bilal, if I may ask you, what inspired you to start working with young people, especially in this critical moment?
Okay, so for me personally, working with young people has always been far back since when I was young. So the journey working with young people didn't just start today.
Since time immemorial.
Yes, since when I was young, I've always been that person. Even in my family, I have elder ones. I've always been that person that always wants things to be right. So for me, it has always been when I grew up, and I've always wanted things to go right. So part of what we've been doing over time is that we'll be looking at key issues that youth have been facing and how can we be of practical solutions to it.
So in your opinion as a Nigerian, what role should young leaders play in Nigeria's political future?
Young leaders have a very vital role to play in our nations today, because I believe a lot of youth today has lost interest when it comes to the political space.
Why do you say that?
Why I say so is because a lot of youth today believe that the political space is just basically for our elder ones.
Or for looting.
Or for basically looting as well.
Yeah.
And most of them think, okay, it's for our elder ones, and even if I participate, there are other ways I could get money where I could participate in maybe the whole content creation and the whole other aspect. So not everybody wants to get invested.
But young people like you are actually breaking the silence, as I can see from your emblem. You graduated from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria.
Sure.
We know how things are, especially with the student union government when it comes to their own election. Can't you see, like, nowadays people are trying to stand on the mandate, and at least they wanted to participate?
Yeah, I believe I am with you on that, because a lot of youths believe that a lot of things has gone sideways. So and the only way to win is when you are within the system. And for me personally, where you could see, I'm a graduate from Ahmadu Bello University, and this is the home of struggle. So when I mean struggle, is a home where a lot of youths or a lot of students are being molded when it comes to the whole leadership space. And for me, when I got into the university, I was so amazed because I met a lot of like-minded people who are already walking the path.
So right here is a comrade sitting down here with me.
Very much well.
Aluta continue.
Victoria Center.
What are the biggest challenges preventing young people from participating in politics, apart from the political apathy that you mentioned?
Okay, so a lot of people are not participating in the political space because they believe that, like I said earlier on, they believe that a lot of youths need a lot of things to do. So if I could handle my hands on maybe the entertainment space, a lot of youth want fast money.
Creation.
So they believe that political space are for the older generations. So it's just for people that knows that, okay, there's not just all about the older generation. We believe that, okay, there are a lot of things that could be done. And if we don't come into the space and change that narrative, we can't actually progress.
Okay, so how can young people prepare themselves for leadership instead of just criticizing leaders? You know, with the presence of social media, nowadays young people will just come online, abuse the hell out of leaders.
Yeah, a lot of youth. I think they should get a good mentors when they want to get into this, because what mentors do for you is that they would shape you, mold you into becoming a better version of yourself.
And so, what do you think? Like, what skills do young people need to succeed in politics and public service?
Mentorship guide.
It all boils down to
mentorship guide, because if you don't have a good mentorship, you won't actually do well, because a lot of youths, they believe they know it all. And there isn't.
So, how can experienced politicians support and mentor young people? You made mention of mentorship. Is it by giving them a chance? Is it by appointing them as just special advisors, personal assistants?
It goes
or
beyond,
what?
and that is where we are getting it wrong in Nigeria. They believe it's just all about appointments. It is not just all about appointment. You can appoint somebody and you might not necessarily do the right thing. So what I think they should interfere with, they should have a one-on-one conversation, more like a community-based forum development, where you could interfere with them,
Interact
and relate to them, have a synergy before you could even start talking about appointment and the likes.
So, Bilal, do you think that like social media have helped young people to becoming more politically aware?
Yes, it does.
In what aspect?
Not just politically alone. I think in every aspect, because the more social media, it has making a lot of people exposed to a lot of things. So let's take, for example, now we are much aware of what just happened, where the whole that was going around about the 210 trillion naira. For the Gen X, if there's no social media, many of us will not even know. So now many youths right now want to go into that because they believe that, okay, if I'm here, there are a lot of money flying on. So I think social media has played a lot of vital roles to political engagement.
So, what advice do you have for young Nigerians who want to contest elections?
Be very, very optimistic.
Be very optimistic.
Be faithful.
Be faithful.
And believe in yourself and believe in God.
Well, what is my youth hub doing to develop the next generation set of leaders across Nigeria, not only northern Nigeria?
Thank you very much for asking me this question, because I think this is a very, very important question. My youth hub is not just, from the name, it's not just a Nigerian thing. We are building one of Africa's largest youth development community. And what we're trying to do is, we understood that a lot of youth today, one of our greatest problems is unemployment. And as part of my youth hub, our cardinal principle is to see that we reduce the level of unemployment. And we're not just doing that by mouth verbally. We're looking at all that sustainable plan, of which we have an app which is ongoing, where if the app is fully launched, I believe a lot of youths would have access to employment opportunities.
Well, looking ahead of the future election in Nigeria, what change will you like to see?
The change I would like to see is I want to see a lot of youth participation, because when you take a look at the registered voters according to INEC, you will see just 40% of youths have collected their voters card. We have a population of over 200 million plus, and when you take a look at that population, 70% of it are youth, and just 40% of that population are who have collected their voters card. So I would like to see a lot of youth participation
and engaging
in the whole political atmosphere.
Looking at the country now, in the next 6 to 7 months, Nigerians are going back to elect their own leaders. What type of leaders Nigerians should go for? And if miraculously APC continue to rule Nigeria, and what are your calls to the president?
If APC rule Nigeria, maybe they win in our forthcoming election, mine will just be for them to understand that there are a lot of hardship going on in Nigeria. We can't dispute that. And in as much as we know, Nigeria is a country with a lot of tribal and religious belief. So I would like the president to look key into youth development, because a lot of youth today are very, very critical. They are very, very creative when it comes to innovations, a lot of ideas, technology, and innovations. Because when you take a look at not just Nigeria alone, anywhere you go around the world, a lot of Nigerian youth, because they have so much to pass on, but because they are not having that platform, they are trying to leave the country.
So Bilal, before we draw the curtain of the show, finally, what message would you like to leave with Nigerians youth who believe they can make a difference?
Okay, first, I want you to believe in yourself, believe in God. There is no limit to what you cannot achieve. The limit you reach is the limit you set for yourself. Be good, be kind, and be generous, and also wish good for the country. Our current state in our nation is not our final destination. But I believe if I could do it under my youth hub, I believe each and every one of you with ideas, put up your ideas together, and I believe we could all do it collectively. Thank you.
Bilal, you sound very, very optimistic. And I also pray Nigeria will see the light of the day.
Amen.
And may God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Amen.
So this is where we will draw the curtain of political arena here on S24 television. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and bye for now.
Thank you.